Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Journeys. We're here today with the great people of Alpaca Worlds for the lowdown on everything that's going on in their plot. So how are you guys?
Yeah, we're
Good.
Trying to keep up
Enjoying
with
the good
everything.
weather.
Yeah, it's you guys are still one of my all-time favorite interviews. I think when we got introduced to your little project, because it was a really fun interview, and it was one of the first interviews that I did kind of solo without Corey, because he happened to be away that day. And I remember just walking through like Tupaca's journey and just getting lost in the time and having fun. So I'm really excited to see what you guys are up to on the community plot. But maybe for people who don't know, can you just give us a quick introduction? What is Alpaca Worlds? How did it come about, and what you guys do over there?
Well, yes. Basically, what Alpaca Worlds is a community-driven collection, and it's about Tupaca, who's an alpaca who's traveling all over the world looking for Apu's daughter. He has visited many countries so far. He has been to Brazil, then to India. Right now, Tupaca is in Italy, and we are about to define what is Tupaca's next destination.
Yeah, and with Italy, it was a different release because we were used to release each card like every week, but for Italy we did a pack release, and then we have a lot of blends, so you could get better cards by blending the common ones. So we're also releasing a couple of extra blends, so you can still use the cards that were obtained from the packs. And yeah, like Juan said, we need to define now the next destination.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, I think it's quite interesting. The destinations come about via the community, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So now we have to organize a new contest so that the community can choose what is the next country that we will visit.
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah, I really like the way that you guys evolve. I really like the way that you guys involve the community in that. Let me just pull this up quick, just so that people can see what we're looking at. Yeah, so if you want to check out the actual project, you can come over here to AlpacaWorlds.com, and you can see like the origin story. You can read about the features, right? And what you can do with them. There's some really cool collaborations, some FAQs, definitely worth checking out. So I like the fact that you don't know yourselves where Tupaca and his girlfriend, yeah. I guess he still has a girlfriend. I mean, I don't know, maybe his girlfriend got angry at him and they broke up. I have no idea.
No, he still has a girlfriend. Now, yeah, the girlfriend joined him in Italy, and the girlfriend is in a couple of NFTs from Italy.
Oh, okay. All right. Sweet. Nice.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, so let's jump in and see what you guys have got going on in the game. I just put the link for the live maps in the chat. So if you happen to be in World and you want to come by and say hello, we'll probably throw up some gratitudes at some point. Yeah, you guys are in the Genesis server, and let's go have a look. And please, yeah, let her rip. Show us what's going on with. I don't even know what you're calling this plot, if it has a name. But
I don't think it really has a name at the moment. Now I don't see anything because it's night. But yeah, we've been building a couple of basic buildings, like you see this bridge. But this was like let's say the starting point, and also a small cafe that was all built by Juan's daughter. But what we want to build in the end, because the alpacas come from, we need to put a lot of lights eventually. But what we really want to build is a Machu Picchu, because the alpacas come from Peru. So we're starting to build in some ruins, but yeah, no, I cannot find it.
So you guys
Super
are planning to put like a Machu Picchu replica in here. That's really cool. I think that's really going to be quite amazing.
Oh, it's gonna be like a rough replica because everything we're building is being done by either my niece or Juan's daughter.
Yep.
Really
so it's going slower than what we would like, but yeah, we love in including them in the process. So yeah, we have to be a little bit patient with that.
Yeah, I think it's always difficult when you mix family with business sometimes, right?
Yes.
Especially, and you're like, hurry up, we want people to come to our labs. Stop dropping the ball. But at the same time, it's like, the whole reason you guys created this project was like to involve them in the first place, right? And so that's one of the things I really love about it. But yeah, that's very cool that they are able to, be in here and use their own creative visions in more than one medium, right?
Yeah, it's very annoying that it is night. Is there something that we can do about it?
I
like
don't
to light it up.
Yeah, I mean, it should turn to day very soon. I don't have those op powers, so
okay,
and I'd have to be. But I mean, if let's go check out the bridge. I want to hear the story behind the bridge. Like, what's going on with this little bridge down here? Is this from one of Tupaca's journeys, or?
No, it's actually it was the first building. It was done by Juan's daughter.
Yeah, that's
but
something.
Yeah, this is.
It's the first building, and she also created something here in the middle of the lava. The idea was to have a kind of spa for the alpacas there, but yeah, we haven't got that far with that.
Yeah, and also
a lava spa for the alpacas. Wouldn't that mean that the alpacas became dinner?
No. There should be kind of a jacuzzi there, and the heat from the lava allowing them to enjoy. So yeah, but yeah, that was the original idea.
For those of you that think that this just sounds like a bunch of craziness, I'm here to tell you that it's not crazy. It might be a little bit crazy, but it's not really that crazy, because I live in Japan, and if you didn't know it, there's actually hot springs sprinkled around the country, natural hot springs. And one of the most famous National Geographic photo montages was about a bunch of monkeys sitting in these hot pools in the middle of winter with snow in their hair and splashing around in the hot spring. So, I mean, if monkeys can do it, why can't alpacas, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then we also have a small cafe. So the idea was also have a couple of alpacas here, and they will eventually enjoy having something here in the cafe. But then we decided to move to the Machu Picchu idea, and that's what we are developing at the moment. And this plot is shared by we're sharing it with Exit Limbo, so they have also been doing some small things over there. But that has been actually quite interesting, because with my niece, she's building some of the Machu Picchu ruins, and she didn't know, it's very difficult sometimes to know where you can actually build, because right now we both have permissions on each side of the plot. So then she made a wall, she made a perimeter wall around the ruins, so she knew where she could start building. But that was actually really funny. Let me see if I can.
That's kind of interesting, I think, because if you don't know who Exit Limbo is, they're kind of like a rock and roll type of music group who went into gaming and then NFTs. This is really cool as well. But they've got a whole set of characters and NFTs, and they're animals as well, but they're not nearly they're very cool. Don't get me wrong, but they're not nearly as cute and cuddly as your alpaca. I would say that's a really interesting combination.
Yeah, but both collections have very different graphic styles.
Yeah.
Because I love Exit Limbo, I love Mr. Rhino, and but it's completely different from Alpaca Worlds.
Right.
Here you can see the actual wall.
Okay, so that's the wall, but that's a really big wall that she built. I mean, how long did that take her? It's a really big wall.
Yeah, and that was only for her to know where she could actually build. And you see, like, that's part of like a big mountain that she's building.
She's actually building the mountain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yes,
wasn't
because
there.
the land was really flat and full of snow. Everywhere there's snow. So this is
And here you can barely see it, but those are like stones, and that's a part of the ruins that we're building.
Okay, that's no small feat to build a mountain. I mean, that's pretty. I've tried to finish a mountain before, and like I almost gave up. I'm still kind of doing it, but I changed the plan because it's like you have to lay that. Yeah, it's creative, but you still have to lay it one block at a time, right?
Yeah,
like that's really.
This is now you can see it a bit better. So you see like
See,
the ruins.
it's like so much better now because like it's like we teased everyone with just the dark ruins, and now it was totally worth the wait. Totally.
And you see the mountain even has kind of like the shape of an alpaca.
Yeah, it's very cool. Wait, and it actually kind of doesn't look that far off from one of the mountains in the backdrop of Machu Picchu, if I'm correct as well. So,
yeah,
that's the idea.
It's very cool.
Yeah, she's been having fun, and yeah, we're progressing little by little, but yeah, we're getting somewhere. And now, yeah, you see this one? It's looks kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like it, man. It's very cool. Yeah, and I like, to be honest, like the snow is kind of interesting as well.
Yeah,
like
it's snow everywhere.
Right? It's like, I mean, if any animal can handle the cold and the snow, I'm assuming it's probably an alpaca, right?
Yeah, they're cuddly.
Yeah,
they have a lot of fur.
So, yeah. Do you guys have a gratitude wall yet? Let's put up some gratitudes.
Yeah. Sounds good. How do you do it?
We can use the wall.
Yeah, if you're not going to rip it out, it would work too. Or yeah, anywhere is fine.
Yeah, you will need to teach me, as I'm not the expert with Minecraft.
Yeah, so I usually use the birch signs just because they're easier to see the writing on. So if you press the E button, it should bring up your inventory. And then you should be able to just click that compass on the top, and then just search for sign, SIGN. And then pick, I think the third one over is the birch one. That's the one I usually use. It's the light one. And then just drop it down there into the first box beside the water potion. Yeah, and that's enough. That should get you out.
Oh, cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
I destroy something. All right.
Yeah, you guys can rock and roll first. Whatever.
Yeah, I think last time we talked, I was very grateful because of the opportunity of being able to work in the NFT space and everything, and I'm still grateful about it. So that's let's say that I'm still grateful for being able to work in the NFT space.
Yeah, and you guys are killing it too, because like not only are you doing this really cool Alpaca Worlds NFT thing, but you guys are also, people out there who don't know, you guys are the creators and caretakers of Nefty blocks, which the community is kind of starting to rally behind. From what I can see, a lot of people using it. Looks like you guys are gaining some traction, which is really cool as well.
I think you're missing an N, Jose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like full time.
See,
okay. No, that's okay. Yes, yes.
yeah. See, I was with Juan there. I thought I was like, this guy can't spell. What's going on? But that's a real, yeah. That's really well done. I think you put that in there really nicely.
Yeah. And well, it's yeah, Juan. What are you grateful for?
Okay, I'm very grateful for all the amazing people I have met in the last 6 months in the NFT space. It's amazing. I never imagined that I was going to meet this amount of beautiful people. Everybody's really friendly in the community, and I'm really grateful for that.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I think I'm. You kind of stole mine, but okay, whatever. No, it's okay. It's totally okay. Very cool. I'm right. It's like a skill to be able to do that. Let's see. I'm grateful.
I think we switch hands.
Oh yeah, just hit the F button.
Okay.
I'm grateful for. Uh oh.
There it is.
You're in trouble. I'm grateful. For I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Alpaca Worlds, NFT family collaboration. I think you might have to hit enter there after and a family, but because I think what you guys are doing is really cool, and the fact that you're doing it with your niece and you're doing it with your daughter, and and the fact that you just like pretty much just let them, go through and create and design this world, and like a lot of the NFTs as well are kind of like, designed by them, and I know that your missuses are involved, and I just think that like everything that you guys are doing is just really cool. And yeah, I mean, one of my fondest memories actually of my family was like when we got our first Nintendo, back in the day. And yes, I'm not old. And my parents never played video games or anything like that, but we would come home and we would come home and we would sometimes play. But I remember a couple of days we came home and like my mom and dad, they were already sitting on the sofa, like waiting to play Tetris because they're like, we've been practicing, we're going to beat you this time. Right. And it's pretty funny because like, what is Minecraft other than like, in a way, like 3D Tetris, right? It's kind of, I mean, it's way more than that, obviously, because you have to build stuff and you can create stuff, but it's a game for all ages and all levels. Like, and it's pretty amazing that we live in that thing. I think actually Cowie's going to come join us. Just let me send him the link here. Yeah. So he was, he's going to come, and I think Cowie's going to pop in here, and his gratitude's probably going to be like, I'm grateful for long showers. Cause apparently I got stuck in But I had a shower before this as well. It's starting to get like really humid where we are in Asia, and it's like, it's crazy. So
yeah, we're just starting summer here.
Yeah.
I think you can actually fix that. The third one over, maybe, if you might be able to. No, sorry, the third, fourth one. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press the number 6. Yeah, and then I think if you put it on the side there, you can. No, you gotta hit the side.
Jose, you gotta let your niece fix that.
Yeah,
she will fix it.
I mean, and the brilliant part about it is like Jose is like a master architect when it comes to like complicated things.
But yeah,
but it's having trouble.
I feel so bad.
That's good. I like it. Welcome, Cowie.
Hi guys. I first
Hi,
let
Cowie.
me apologize. I messed up the time. I think it was bound to happen at some point, and I finally missed the time. I was like in my head, it was gonna be still in an hour or something, half an hour. And I am grateful for long showers. But I wasn't just taking a long. I was actually kind of like taking my own shower now because I bathed my kid before that, and then I was just like finalizing my own shower, and then Jimmy's like, "Oh, are you ready?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, like that's the time." And I'm lucky I heard the phone vibrate. Anyway, I'm so sorry that I'm late. What am I grateful for? I'm gonna say that I'm grateful for long showers because I think that's the only thing that's it's the only thing that's gonna make sense right now.
I mean, it's hard not to be grateful for long showers. I mean, it's,
yeah, right.
So yeah, and you missed a pretty cool first 5 minutes in the dark and anticipation of what's going on. But they just put their first gratitude monuments up on these ruins of what will be Machu Picchu.
Is that Machu Picchu?
Right? Like it's so good. He knew it, and I didn't even have to tell him.
That's awesome. I've actually been there and I love it. It's just, are you guys from Peru?
No, we are from Guatemala.
Guatemala,
yeah,
right.
But we're building this, let's say tribute because the alpacas are originally from Peru.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, you do see them in the Machu Picchu, right? Like you can walk around and see some alpacas there as well. So it's very nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. I can see that's like a big work in progress.
Yeah. Yes. Eternal work in progress.
Well, and you might have caught it, but it's actually Juan's daughter and Jose's niece who are building it out. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really nice.
As you can see, I'm very new at Minecraft. So if I had to build this, it would be like 3 years. That will be all.
Yeah, I mean I'm glad that your daughter can do it. It's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And like we really like this concept of having ruins, and also Guatemala has some really nice Mayan ruins. So I think we will also eventually build some Guatemalan ruins here, because after Machu Picchu is done, we will continue with our own. Because it's a nice way to always go back to your roots, right?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been to Mexico, but I've never been further south on the North American continent than that. But I've always wanted to go to Guatemala and Belize and Nicaragua a little bit further south and check out those like more offbeat, off the track ruins, but I've never made it there. Mm-hmm. But that's very cool that you guys are going to incorporate that part of your culture into this. Yes. I'm curious about the community plots have been kind of sent out to most people, most communities who have filled out the paperwork. The first round has appeared in the community projects wallet. So I'm curious as to if you guys have any plans for those community plots. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to involve the community? I know like some projects are going to give them away. Some projects are going to whitelist different people to come and help build. Some projects are going to do contests or have like other kind of incentive models that they're thinking about implementing. Do you guys have any ideas for how you're going to involve these community plots with your alpacas community?
Yeah, actually, I've been a bit, we've been thinking about it, but I think we don't yet have the NFTs for the community plots, because it's like this weird, this weird, let's say, share between Exit Limbo and Alpaca, so that we still don't have it. But still, in the end, we do want to involve the community, but we haven't gotten like the right people to get involved in the project. So I think, whoever is interested, we are always open for collaboration. So that's how we are. We like people to help us, and also we like help people. So we're open to everything.
I think it would be really cool if you guys could somehow like incorporate the journeys that Tupac has made, right? Like I know that you guys were in India. Like imagine if somebody out there who's a big fan of Alpaca Worlds were to come in and like build the Taj Mahal, or like I know you guys were like in Italy, right? Like that might be kind of cool. You know, I think there's lots of ways that you could do it, but I think you guys are in a really unique position to almost create like a 7 wonders of the world little corner of your plot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think whoever wants to help us build, either the Taj Mahal or let's say the Colosseum, they're welcome to do it. And we can offer, we have some NFTs for the Taj Mahal and also the Colosseum, and they are mythics. So for the Taj Mahal, there's only 15 in existence, and the Colosseum, there's 25. So yeah, if people is interested and want to help us build that, there's some NFTs for you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's do you guys have plans on the alpacas visiting other, you know, wonders of the world, and what's the whole like story there? Because I know that you have, and they look super cute in front of the landscapes and all that. So what's the next step of the journey for the alpaca?
Well, once again, we don't know. We were just discussing that earlier, and what we need to do is create or organize the next activity with the community to define which country is the next destination, because we never decided ourselves. We'll let the community define what's the next destination for the alpacas.
Right. That's what I get for joining late. So you guys already discussed that. I'm asking the same question again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so
No problem.
You guys usually it gets discussed in your Telegram, right? Usually.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to have a say in where Tupac and his girlfriend go next, go into the Telegram and you know, introduce yourself to Juan and Jose, and you'll get to decide, you know, where he goes. I think so far you guys have been to 5 countries. Is that correct? You started out in.
We started in Peru.
Yeah. Then Brazil, India, and Italy.
Brazil, India, and Italy. 4 countries so far.
Okay, so the next one is the 5th one.
I think we're moving slow. We should move faster.
Yeah, with the Italy release, we really took a long time because we changed the release mechanics to a pack. So we also want to know about what did the community think about it? Like if they like the pack release, if they like more like individual releases.
Yes.
So and we're always willing to listen. Like we really take the community seriously. So if something wasn't right, or if you enjoy something more than another feature, then you can always say it, and we listen. And now with the next country, we need to organize the contest and let's say a poll so people can choose where we need to go. And we might also ask about the distribution model, if you like the packs or if you want individual releases, and then we can start working on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty. My favorite part about your site actually is this. Is that going to show up? Yeah, right. Is this like timeline that you have here that shows everything? And I mean, like, how cool is that? You guys did a Satoshi Alpaca Moto Pizza Day edition for Bitcoin Pizza Day. That's super sweet. And he's even got the hood. Like, that's like, how cute is that? That's really good. I like it. And again, like the artwork is all drawn by your guys' families, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very cool. And of course, you know, you have to drink wine from a bottle off of a wine keg if you're there.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, like very cool. I'm really
Alpaca. I like that.
You guys are doing.
Yes, and
it's
also
super cute. It's like there's no way not to like those drawings. They're just too cute.
Right.
Yeah, also with what we're doing with Nifty blocks, a lot of the features we're introducing on Nifty blocks, we use them in Alpaca Worlds. So yeah, we will also introduce new mechanics that we will be using in the alpacas. Like the blends is like very common, but we will introduce a new blender with different features, so that will allow us to do even more things. And yeah, as we keep developing on Nifty, we will also introduce those in the alpacas. So yeah, this is like we have like two babies, but they're not competing; they're helping each other.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of what we do, with the Uplift Art, Uplift World, and Yoshi Drops, right? Like it's really good when you find something that people like, and then you can evolve them on multiple levels, right? Or you can use one as the testing ground for, things that you weren't able to do beyond it, right? Like I think in your case especially, that's great, right? Because you can design nifty blocks and pack drops and things like that directly for yourselves the way that you want to do it, right? And that always makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the fact that you guys do everything in family is super cool, and not just the project, but then even now in the Uplift, the fact that your daughter niece, same girl, right? But that she's building everything, and that you guys are just working together on that. I think that brings a lot to the table, because then you can see consistency in the project and in everything that you guys do as a family, right? That's super nice. Have you guys felt like that brought you guys together, or do you think that you were already like, I imagine you were already like a pretty close family anyway before that, but how did that affect you guys, like putting this project together, everyone doing the thing and all,
Well, I think it's teaching us a lot about how to work together as a family, because there are lots of challenges. Sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds. Hey, you have to do this,
For
or we need
sure.
to do that, and then the small battles start and
Some
so on.
fights and some arguments. That's part of it, right? Like it's not easy.
But it's nice. It's also very nice, and yeah, it's it's a lot of learning with many things, because also with the profits we share those as a family, creating kind of a fund. And at some point recently we said, okay, girls, do you want to take something out and spend some of the money that we have earned here? And both of my daughters and my wife, everybody said, okay, do we really need it? No. Okay, then let's keep it there long term, and don't
Let it grow.
don't touch that. That's for the future. Okay, let's do that. And it's amazing, because they also start understanding. Okay, here we're investing, we're doing something long term, and it's not just the immediate reward. So that's also I like a lot also.
Yes, there's always ups and downs. Like sometimes we joke with Juan, like, yeah, I'm about to be kicked out of my house because I've been working too much. But yeah, but eventually you get to a point where everybody is in understanding. So I think it helps grow a lot.
Yeah, there are the days of okay, no alpacas today, or I'll get a divorce. But then no alpaca today, and tomorrow it's okay to move on with the alpacas. So yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, everyone needs to understand there's limits for everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it has been fun. All the things that we've been doing in like the last 6 months has been amazing. So yeah.
That's nice. Jimmy, were you gonna ask something, I think?
No, I was just gonna point out earlier that I think it's really cool. Like, I was kind of thinking that as well, right? Like your journey around the world, it's kind of educational, like just spinning through the NFTs. Like, there's a lot of things in there that a lot of people might not know, right? Like, people, I'm sure they know the Taj Mahal, right? But like they might not know something like the Statue of Shiva, or the significance of the festival of Holi. And so I think like just the ability to be able to like put that out there and have people see that has an educational value in its own right. And so when you mix that with what you guys were saying about like now you're doing it as family, a lot of parents, like a lot of families, they shy away from like teaching their kids about important stuff like money, right? Like a lot of times in the West, it's like, okay, kids go to bed, your mom and dad have to talk about money problems, right? But like, why not involve the kids, right? Like, why not show them, like, this is one of my biggest, issues with education is like, we have to pay taxes. Whether you like taxes or not, that's not the issue here. But we have to pay taxes, but kids don't learn how to do taxes in school. It's crazy, right? Like it's like, right? Nothing that we get is useful, right? And so if we're not learning it at home, if we're not learning it at school, right? Like Japanese kids, they almost don't learn any computers in schools here, right? But like 90% of the population that works in the city works in an office that uses computers, right? So what's the point in education if we're not going to teach them something that's useful? And so I think like that whole idea of like, having this family business, but involving, your kids or younger people in your family is really a necessary, valid, and important kind of skill and culture that I would imagine they're not going to be able to get, or any of their friends aren't going to be able to get anywhere else, right?
Yeah, I think that's very cool indeed.
Yeah, it's true. It's the unconventional stuff that sometimes you learn. It's a trait that you learn with your family, and you sometimes don't realize until later on when you actually have to implement those things in life, and then you're like, oh, actually, this was something that I did with my family, and I didn't even realize at the time I was having fun. But now I can actually use all those things, in real life per se, right? That's super cool. So, what? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and also like Jimmy was saying, in the end, we need to like research the places. Like, before the alpacas, I didn't really know the significance of the Holy Festival, and now I do. And so also for me, it has been educational, and to involve the family, they also need to, in the end, propose ideas, research, then you find interesting places. And so, I think that has also helped for us. It just to get to know what is out there,
Yeah, that's super nice. And who was the one who came up with the idea of this space, like the crypto space, and who was the first point of contact for you guys to start this as NFT projects?
At the beginning, I started as a collector. So I started on Wax around November, and I started with the crypto monkeys. The crypto monkeys are like the gateway collection.
Yes.
So that I started collecting them, and we were even one day having dinner with Juan, and I was like, "Wait, guys, I need to grab a monkey. So just wait for me for a couple of minutes." And at that moment, it was a drop, and the drops were just like sold out in seconds. So I really had to pay attention, and I managed to get one of those. I was like, yeah, I got it. So then everybody was making fun of it. But then when I started, I explained Juan how everything was working. I was like, oh, this is amazing. We need to do something. We need to get involved into the space. And let's start a collection. I think we can start something nice. And then Juan's daughter made some proposals for the alpacas drawings. And actually she was the one who created the alpaca. But Juan's wife is the one who digitalized everything and made it like polished.
Yeah, wow.
That's how it all started.
This portion of the video to a lot of people, because there's so many people making fun of what we do sometimes. Just explain to people, I collect these digital assets and they're called NFTs, and no one gets it. And then you're like, okay, do you see what can actually come out of this? Like, people are actually make a living out of that, get a family project together. Like, this is incredible. It's really nice.
Yeah, and originally Jose didn't want to start a collection. He was very comfortable being a collector, but he said, no, the collection, that's too much work, and we don't have an artist. And I think it's only because I'm extremely stubborn that we started the collection.
Well, I'm glad you were stubborn in there then, because now we have the collection available, and it's quite awesome.
And it is a lot of work. That
A
is
lot of
true.
work indeed. Much
Yeah,
more
you're
than what we
not wrong there,
anticipated.
right? Yeah, fair enough.
But it is also fun. And
Yeah.
also because of this, because we started our own collection, we realized that there is a lot of, or the tools were not like great. You had to go to blogs and create your own crop. So since we have a background in software development, we started our own scripts. But they were like, okay, now we involve the family, so they will need to help us with the drops. But using a command line tool, that's not easy for them. So that's why we also started creating a site to create some drops and things like that. And that's how Nifty Blocks started. So
Yeah.
in the end, it was a chain of events that lead to where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
is-
if there's not something that exists for you, then you just have to go out and create it. And it's great when you have the skills and the abilities to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think everyone in this space is grateful for that because now Nifty Blocks is a thing and everyone can take advantage of that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's good. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
you
very
guys are
good.
pretty cool guys. Thanks for doing that. That's and like actually turning this into a business or like a project that everyone can utilize and see the potential instead of just using it for your own project. I think that's really nice of you too. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and
definitely.
we want to keep on expanding it, and yeah, but it's a lot of work, and it goes once again slower than what we would like.
Well, I mean, what doesn't, right? Everything in this space
Yes.
should be done by yesterday, so it's a little bit
Yes.
hard for you to catch up with anything, really. But the pace that you guys managed to already put this out is quite amazing already. I wouldn't say you're behind at all. Like it's just that it feels like everything needs to be done as soon as possible, and then when it's not, you're like, oh, we're left behind, right?
Yeah, it's when you check what, let's say, all the features that we want to build. Yeah, you might see everything that's on the site at the moment, and you feel, oh yeah, this is going somewhere. Then we see all the features that we want to build, and it's like, oh man, there's so much work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as you're looking at that list of features that you want to develop and you're excited about it, and you just
Yes.
like you want to see it, becoming a reality, then it's all good, right? It's fun. The problem lies when you're actually looking at it and just saying, "I can't deal with this. This is too much. This is tiring." Then it's time for you to just maybe get a third party to help you out or something else, right? But as long as it's fun, then it should be good.
Yeah.
No, it is always fun. Like
It is always fun indeed, and I think that I'm always making sure that we have enough to do. And if for some reason the list is not long enough, I always add things to the list.
yes, yeah. And I have to be like the gatekeeper.
It's like, oh, maybe this is like maybe a 6 months list is okay for now for us to do in 3 instead. Maybe we didn't have the whole year of stuff to develop.
Yeah. No, but it is always fun, and we have like a roadmap that we want to follow. And sometimes when I want to relax, I just go and start improving the site, just small things that I'm changing just because I want to. So we do it for fun. So it's
I think that's the. I mean, I have a background in development as well, and that's the coolest way that you can actually work as a developer, which is just do the stuff that you feel like you want to do at that point in time, right? Like just you're being free to develop what you like is a huge plus in that space, because looking at code can be a little bit tiring, like when you don't want to do it, because if that's a code that you're looking at and it's just like something you've been breaking your head around and you're just tired of looking at it, you're actually usually way less efficient, because you're already in that loop of like, I'm not gonna find where that bug is or where the issue with this code is. So you just go out and then you go to something else that you just feel like doing, and you get your head out of that and just like enjoy the process of fixing whatever you choose to do. And when you come back to that initial code, then you have a fresh mind and you can finish it, right?
Yeah. yeah, that happens a lot. And sometimes you realize, yeah, how to fix the bug while you're in the shower.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah,
It's like, oh, that was it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I should go back and fix it.
yes,
Yeah,
but
it's true.
it's amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I am glad that all worked out so well. Like, family that gets along well together, has talented artists, has talented developers. Like, it's just, you guys seem to have it all. So that's really nice.
Yeah, I think we're lucky to have such a team inside the family and friends. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But ultimately, I think it comes down to your attitude and the way you see, the possibility of doing things together as well. Because everyone in their own family or close circle of friends, I'm sure, like, if we gather, we all can find like lots of really talented people in the small group. But then you guys actually went ahead and just did something with it, right? Like, instead of just sitting around and like, yeah, we all work with things that could potentially work together, but we're not going to do anything about it, So
True.
it's nice you did. How do Jimmy already asked that, but like, is it just Jose's daughter and your niece Juan that is involved as a kid, or do you have any other kids doing stuff for the projects?
It's the other way around.
The other way around. It's Jose's
Oh,
niece
it's
and my
Juan's
daughter.
daughter.
My eldest daughter, she's also involved, but she's more involved in she helps us with tweets, with announcements, and with a little bit of community management. And she was the one creating drops originally and trying to use the command line tools that motivated us to say, okay, we'll give you a proper user interface to do that.
Right. And how
Yeah.
do they see this? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know how old they are, but
That's super cool that, like, you again, super cool that you just built something that your kids could use, right?
Yeah. Well, my
is.
daughter, my oldest daughter, she's already 20 right now, so she's more yeah, and the youngest she's 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
and also, my nephew is involved. So yeah, but he
Oh,
hasn't
yes,
been
true.
doing so much. But yeah, my niece is 15 and my nephew is 12. But one of the things that I think this is a great opportunity for them is with the Minecraft, let's say the Uplift World and the Machu Picchu that they're building. I offered them, okay, if you guys do this, I will pay you something because you're spending your time there, and this is also a game for them. But they can also learn that it's not just one way of making money. Like, it's not just conventional work that will give you an income, but you can also use these skills to earn money. Like, they're Minecraft builders, they're professional builders, and they make a living out of this. So I think it's also a nice way of saying that, yeah, don't just stick inside your box and think, yeah, there's only a couple of ways of making money. Yeah, there's plenty of ways and you need to explore them.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very valuable lesson.
I completely agree, and it's not. And ultimately, it's just that it's not all about making money as well. It's just that money comes from the stuff that you're good at and the stuff that you like doing, instead of the other way around. Like, it's just
Exactly.
you have to just get yourself shaped around making money. It's the opposite. You get what you're good at, get the stuff you can do, and then you can make money out of that, right?
Yeah.
Right, and that's like the moral of the story. Like, most people try to make money so that they can do what they want to do, so that they can afford to do the things that they want to do, right? So if you're actually able to flip the script so that, like, you're doing what you want to do to make money, then it's almost like you have a double salary, because, like, you don't have to pay to do what you want to do, right? So it gives you, like, more time, it gives you more money, it gives you more freedom, it gives you more, like, all of these things, which are really awesome. So. But but like, I'm really excited to see how this pans out. Like, we're going to I hope you got some company coming over there, Jose, or do you have a ghost outside your window? I'm not sure which.
Oh no, it's just people passing around. There's a street outside, so
I like it.
Just move it a bit.
No, it's cool. I like it. But so I'm really excited to see how this progresses. And Callie and I have been talking about continuing this series, maybe doing another one, a couple months down the road, or getting, in touch with a bunch of these other projects. So I'm really looking forward to the next time when we can jump on the stream and we can see, where the tides of 3D block laying creativity have taken you, and see the finalized versions of Machu Picchu, the massive mountain, and maybe even some of those Guatemalan ruins. That would be super cool. So
yeah.
But yeah, Cowie can stay, but I have to wrap this up because I have another engagement. But or we have another engagement actually.
Yeah,
but yeah. Thanks so much.
We actually do have another appointment as well pretty soon, because this time some of the interviews I schedule like within the hour, and then you guys are one of those. So there's another one coming soon. So unfortunately, I'll have to like kind of cut this a little bit short. But is there anything else that you guys want to say? Like if you want to go, you can, Jimmy, and then I'll just wrap it up anyway.
I would just say like an open invitation. If anyone wants to help us also in the plot, you can just contact us and we can work something out.
Yeah, all the links are below, I believe. The Alpaca Worlds site, your Telegram, I believe it should all show up below in the YouTube.
Yeah. Anything else? Any drops that you guys want to announce, or anything in regards to the project? Feel free. This space is for you guys as well.
Well,
go ahead, Juan.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, only if there are Alpaca Worlds fans listening tonight, we will have a drop, which is from a collab with NFT Insider. So stay tuned for that, and we will announce it shortly on our Twitter.
That's
Ooh,
awesome.
Nice.
And
We have an inside information.
yeah. Yeah. And only to say thank you guys for having us here, because we always enjoy joining you.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm really glad. I want to say sorry again for being late, because there's no excuse actually, but at least I made it, and I'm actually very happy that I did, because you guys are really super cool dudes, and that was a nice chat.
Thanks. Likewise.
Thanks. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
What do we do to finish this, Jimmy?
In this case, we just say thank you to two of my favorite people in the space, because you guys rock, and I'm just always so happy to share the stream with you guys. Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Cheers to that.